final topic of the day.
Whoop, whoop.
To, I don't think anyone's surprised. The Crow is not getting great reviews. It is debuting with a horrific Rotten Tomatoes score.
19%.
As of this recording, 19%.
Oh.
Oh,
How many reviews do we have on there?
57.
57?
Yeah, we'll get into some of these.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Let's check.
Did you have any? Did you watch the original?
I have not watched the originals, and I know the original.
Well, you only need
director-
to see the first.
Okay.
The other ones
When I know that director was saying how this wasn't what The Crow is, which I remember just being like, man, let people do a new thing. Let them try their own thing. You'll still have your movie.
He didn't need to open his mouth about it.
No.
That seems so petty. I'm like, I'm glad you made a cult classic from the 90s and nothing else has been stellar that you've created.
Yeah.
Why don't you just calm down?
Wow.
Sit, Ubu, sit. Good boy.
Oh wow.
Well, and that response, that unmitigated soundbite, is why I am disappointed in this. I have no skin in this game. I don't need the Crow franchise to be good. But I was disappointed just because I wanted that guy to be like, oh, well, they did something better with my property.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and I don't really remember watching the first Crow. I know the story. I do love a story where, like, you know, people cause someone a tragedy or harm, and they come back. They come back and have the best revenge ever, and they're immortal. I mean, I love watching in the trailer the bad guys have that fear in their eyes, where you probably in the beginning they're like ha ha ha, and then they're just, oh, I messed up. We messed up. It's all over for us. I love those stories like that, and plus, the main actor, Bill Skarsgård, kind of reminds me of my quarterback for my Cincinnati Bengals, Joe Burrow. And that's another reason why I wanted to see it, because he reminds me of Joe Burrow.
Oh, you can still see it. No one's going to stop you.
That's true.
No, but with these reviews, that's why I want to maybe read some out, or maybe so we can get a sense of what's wrong with this movie.
See what we got.
Only I had the Rotten Tomatoes thing right here. Oh, I do. We're going to go to Top
he's
Critics.
so prepared.
We can go to Top Critics. So there you go. We can start with Brandon Yu from the New York Times. Why not?
From Brandon Yu of the New York Times. But ultimately, what this version, directed by Rupert Sanders, is spiritually derived from is neither the film nor the comic, but rather the flattened popular image that the film produced. A Hot Topic style version of alternative consciousness.
All right, and we kind of got that feeling from the first images.
Let's get a positive.
Well,
Is
it's
there
going to be
anything
hard. We got to go
positive?
through some negative ones first.
Okay.
So, Megan Navarro from Bloody Disgusting. Instead of a bold new vision, The Crow offers a confusing, uninteresting sleepwalk through a disjointed dream of a comic book movie. We've got Nick Shager over at the Daily Beast, most notable for excessively straining for R-rated credibility at every turn. Oh, that's not good.
Let's check Williams here up top.
William Bibiani from The Wrap.
Yeah.
When you stifle the emotional simplicity of a story like The Crow to emphasize the plot had better make sense. And it doesn't. It's got perplexing rules and a vague chronology, and nothing seems like it matters anymore.
Wow.
These are pretty scathing, you
These
guys.
are like existential reviews.
really
Yeah. Which, I'm just going to throw this out there real quick. And again, I'm not familiar with the Crow properties. Is it that deep? Do we need it to be that deep?
No, I don't think so.
I just... playing devil's advocate a little bit. Ryan Latzino over at Indie Rap. The Crow is not a waste of talent or resources. Worse, it just hangs there on the screen as undead as Eric himself.
Oh, wow.
Dang. Tim Grusin over at Screen
It sounds
International.
boring. It's what's coming off.
Yeah, like it's
And it
just
shouldn't
like
be.
It goes on and on with this. Oh, here's a good one. Here's a good one. Mark
All right.
Kennedy, Associated Press. The Crow isn't bad, and it gets better as it goes. But it's an exercise in folly. It cannot escape Lee and the 1994 original, even as it builds a more allegorical scaffolding for the smartphone generation.
Smartphone generation. So that means it's like quick editing or whatever. I don't know.
Yes, and that's our positive review.
I know. It's not bad, but
It's not bad, but it's
not
not
for
great.
everyone.
Oof, magoof. Okay. David Rooney, Hollywood Reporter. The Crow is sluggish, overly self-serious gloomfest that never takes wing.
Yeah, see, it seems like it just meanders is a lot of people's problems.
Yeah.
Rolling Stone, it doesn't take long to realize that what was meant to be a franchise starter is, unlike its hero, permanently dead on arrival. So, I mean, I think we get the point.
Yeah. How long is this movie? What's the runtime?
Oh, let me actually look that up
Let's
for
see.
you. But I was also wondering if it's Lionsgate. It's Lionsgate, right?
Oh, I'm not sure.
That means they've had a tough week. If
It's Lionsgate, and it's
Oh.
hour 51 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's with credits, so hour 40
It's
something.
under 2 hours though, when it feels like that kind of slog.
I
Oh,
will say this. I will say one positive.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot wait for this to go onto streaming.
hey, that's fair.
I mean, I'm being honest. I still want to watch it, but I'm not going to the theater to watch it.
yeah.
Right.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to anyone involved that made this movie, but it just because before I was like, oh, we have nothing coming out except The Crow.
Well-
Maybe I should be excited for this, and I was, but now just excited for it to come to stream.
Well, and like we talked about yesterday on the show, this was released and they only just allowed the film embargo to lift after release.
Which is always a
like-
pretty bad sign.
That's pretty crazy. I mean, the closest I recall was Five Nights at Freddy's, where it was like just before.
Yeah, and that ended up doing spectacularly.
A little better.
that
better.
movie had legs.
Which is odd because it still didn't. It kind of got panned. But,
Yeah,
but
it did day and date, and it had the embargo released very late, and people still went to that movie. Little kids dressed up for that movie, mostly just to scare me. I think I feel like it was a personal vendetta.
A movie a film that's being like bashed on this bad. It makes me wonder why they thought it could be a franchise starter.
Sure.
I mean, unless you know what, we don't have audience scores yet. Sometimes I do depend on those, especially when a film is really, really low on the critic rating. Sometimes the audience rating, if it's higher, I do maybe want to go to the theater and watch it myself but I don't know. Borderlands, probably the audience rating is a little bit higher too than what it has.
Slightly, yeah.
But that movie, ugh.
I need to know on a scale of, Madam Web to cinema where this lays. That's what I need to know.
that's like
here.
the scale, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't remember. Did people put Borderlands a little bit above Madam Web?
I
I think John did.
Yeah,
John said it was like bad, but like you could still like watch it. Whereas
Okay.
you watch Madam Web and it was so incoherent.
It was ridiculous.
It's like we're running from someone trying to kill us. Let's go dance on a table now at a
Okay.
cafe. It was like, what?
Just
So-
girl stuff, Jonathan.
So right
Girl
now,
stuff.
currently Borderlands is at 10%,
Well, that's worse than the Crow.
Oh,
but the
How many
audience score is
reviews?
at 53%.
How many
Okay.
reviews? Yeah, I'll be interested to see the audience review.
Absolutely.
On the Crow.
It's 148 reviews for.
So it's 3 times almost the reviews for. So I mean, the Crow may continue to drop at this
But
pace.
I just hate to see, because you look at it and you're like, oh, this is like, all I think of gothic, emo, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, it's a bummer. It's like it's such a downer movie. Like the hero's like a downer. But then to hear that it's boring, actually boring, kind of sucks.
Yeah.
For me,
Well,
it's like I don't know.
This will surprise no one. My husband Logan was very excited about this movie, where he's like, "Oh, this looks ridiculous. Let's go."
Yeah, especially the killing in the trailer.
Yeah.
I'm like, this part is gonna be awesome.
Where it was, this looks like a great popcorn, senseless, violent movie. And he was just, I can't wait to go see that. You'll have a nice, terrific lady day. I'll go watch this movie and see a bunch of violence.
Please force him to see it. Still.
I'm pretty sure he'll
Please.
still go.
Please make him keep that plan.
Yeah.
Keep him off Rotten Tomatoes. Give us the
Yeah.
word of what he says.
Keep
the
him
first
off
word he
Rotten
says when he comes
Tomatoes.
back.
He also still, still defends Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon Part 1. So I feel like he'd be okay with it.
You know what? Me and Logan are kind of like the same.
You
taste.
guys are the same.
Rebel
you share
Moon
the same
Part
taste.
1. I did laundry too, and it was fantastic.
Well, hopefully.
So there you go, guys. If you want to like do your laundry and
If you want to
fold
do your
while you
laundry
watch
and
it, it's
fold
not a bad
stuff,
movie.
Watch Rebel Moon and then go see The Crow.
If you want to be forced into a sensory deprivation situation like a movie theater is and have to face like your fears the entire time,
Yeah.
If you know
you might
what,
not
Check it
like
out.
it.
Check it
hey,
out.
and put it this way: if you don't want to see The Crow, go see Inside Out 2. Get it
Yeah.
at number
Let's
one.
get it to number
Yeah.
Go
one.
see Deadpool Wolverine.
Oh,
Get it higher. Go
that's
see all the
fine.
other Alien Romulus. You got
Yeah, go see
choices.
Romulus.
Because we ain't have choices for a little while. Because I don't think the next big release is Beetlejuice.
Yeah, it's Beetlejuice.
I think
and,
it's Beetlejuice. That's
Pretty
it.
slim pickings from now till.
Yeah. So
September?
especially Inside Out. I kind of want to start a campaign for everyone to go see it at least one more time, so it gets number one.
Aw,
I don't
would
know.
love that.
I don't know.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
I would love that.
We want to thank a sponsor of today's episode, Hungryroot. Guys, you know me, I like things that make my life easier, especially things that make it easier for me to eat healthy and eat well, and certainly more effectively than trying to order from food delivery services. Hungryroot is the easiest way to eat healthy. They send you fresh, high-quality groceries, simple, delicious recipes, and essential supplements. It's like having someone else do all the planning and shopping so you don't even have to think about it. Hungryroot gets to know your personal health goals, dietary restrictions, favorite foods, how much time you want to spend cooking, and more. Then, they build you a personalized cart with all your grocery needs for the week, including easy 4-ingredient recipes to put those groceries to use. Each order is fully customizable so you can take their suggestions or choose anything you want. They've got fresh produce, high-quality meat and seafood, healthy snacks, smoothies, sweets, ready-to-eat meals, kids snacks and meals, vitamins and supplements, and much more. Everything from Hungryroot follows a simple standard. It's got to taste good, be quick to make, and contain whole, trusted ingredients. Right now, Hungryroot is offering the John Campea Show listeners 40% off your first delivery and free veggies for life. Just go to hungryroot.com/Campea to get 40% off your first delivery and get your free veggies. That's hungryroot.com/Campea. Don't forget to use our link so that they know we sent you.
Well, guys, let us know what you think. Are you surprised that critics are hating on The Crow? Or are you saying to yourself, yep, that tracks? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show Podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.